Hello everyone, today I'm going to explain you our experiment that is called elephant toothpaste. We chose this experiment because it's simple, funny, easy and interesting to watch. Moreover, this experiment helps us to understand how chemical reactions works in everyday life. Before conducting the experiment, we made a prediction. We hypothesize that if we mix vinegar and baking soda, we are going to have chemical reactions that produce a large amount of foam. We also believe that if the egg white was added, the foam could become thicker and last longer. If our hypothesis it was correct, the foam would quickly rise and overflow to the container. Now my partner it will explain you the ingredients and the process.
Now I'm going to explain you the materials for this experiment. First, you're gonna need one egg white, 1 tablespoon of baking soda, 100 milliliters of white vinegar, 1 tall container, 1 spoon, and if you want you can use food coloring. This is optional. In this case we're not gonna use it. Now I will explain you the procedure. First, pour the egg white into the container. Next, add the 1 tablespoon of baking soda. And you have to mix carefully everything. Then, if you want to put the food coloring, you have to add a few drops of that and mix. After you add that, you have to pour the vinegar into the mixture. And finally, you have to observe the reaction. As soon as the vinegar is added, foam begins to form and rise rapidly. The reaction happens almost immediately, creating a surprising visual effect. Now, my partner will explain the results and conclusion.
Well, in results and conclusions, after we added the vinegar, we immediately noticed a large amount of foam. The foam was thick, fluffy, and last for a long time. It also expanded very quickly and even overflowed from the container. This happened because the reaction between vinegar and the baking soda produced carbon dioxide gas. At the same time, the proteins in the egg white help trap the gas bubbles, making the foam more stable and allowing it to last longer. As a result, the foam became larger and more durable than it would have been without the egg white. If we hadn't used the egg white, the foam would have disappeared much faster. In conclusion, our hypothesis was correct. The vinegar and baking soda produced carbon dioxide gas, and the egg white helped create a thicker and longer lasting foam. The experiment helped us understand how different substances interact and show that science can be both educational and